This is Seth Beamer, and you're listening to the Pivot Points podcast. Pivot Points dissects the lives of artists at their most crucial intersections, investigating the trials of this insane career and how they are overcome. These are the stories of the crossroads that, for better or worse, shape us all into the people, friends, and musicians that we're meant to be. Pivot Points is brought to you by Discover Radio. If you're an artist looking to get your music onto a broader stage, check out Discover in the show notes. Today's guest is Aric Damm, the frontman, songwriter, and creative force behind the Brevet. Aric's work lives at the intersection of cinematic storytelling and modern rock. Whether that's through the Brevet's emotionally driven records, his solo project California Gold, or his success in writing music that's found its way into film, television, and other big media placements. Beyond the band, Aric has carved out a path that blends independence, collaboration, and long-term vision, including co-writing a song with Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20. I'm excited to dive into his creative process, his journey navigating the modern music industry, and how storytelling continues to shape everything that he makes. This is Aric Damm. Aric.
You didn't have to butter me up like that, man. Yeah. God, what an intro, my gosh.
Thank you for joining me today, man.
Yeah, dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I'll start by saying we met...
Yeah, we did.
Some years ago now when...
Maybe 2019?
Was it? Oh, okay. Actually, we met long ago then.
No, yeah, we did.
When I was playing with Wilderness.
That was like 2018.
Probably 2018. And I remember we opened up for you guys in Ouray, Colorado.
The coolest place.
It's the best place. Yeah.
When you're on the road and we're like bootstrapping it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you have like the summer long... all these dates that you just have no idea where you're going, and then like ending up in a place like that.
Yeah,
I would not care if I played to two people. I'd be like, this is rad,
dude. It's such a fun little town too.
Yeah. That was one I remember vividly going like, I want to play this place again.
Yeah,
and they're like, we don't do repeats.
When's the last time you were in Ouray then? Probably
that was that last time I was in Ouray.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But it was fun, man. That was a fun. So that is the first time we met.
That's the very first time we met. And then I met you later. We ended up doing I filmed a show for you.
You did. Yeah.
And then after that, I kind of poked the bear and I said, hey, I heard on stage you're coming back to Denver. Can I open for that show? And then we ended up talking about that. So yeah.
Was that at Globe Hall?
That was at Globe, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the sold out. That was our sold out Globe Hall one, I think.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
That was a great one, man. I think that was the last time we've been to Denver.
Oh, really?
I think.
Oh, okay.
Show. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Nice.
It was a while. It was before you moved here.
Yes, before I moved here, because I've been here for about a year now, almost to the day, which is nuts.
You loving it?
Dude, I'm obsessed with it. It's only been a good thing for me. And
you've been like charging. I've been watching all of our social media.
Yeah.
And I love it.
You got to, man. That's like the big thing these days is social media and just promo. And
well, you're consistent with it too. Like and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of burnout because you're just like, what am I?
I will say I'm very lucky that I do this kind of stuff where I have the cameras and stuff. And so I'm able to like a lot of if I'm being honest, a lot of my content is just regurgitated. Like even if I like through the whole last year, I just kept on making content. And now for the last 3 weeks, all my posts have just been things I've already made,
I heard this of them. Like, I don't know who it was, but it was some marketer and he was talking about social media and your content. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
But he was like, if it's been 60 days, post it again.
60 days. That's a good rule.
Yeah, that's it. That was his rule. But it's like, because the majority of people haven't seen it. Just how the algorithm works. And now
it's crazy too how I'll post something and it does horribly, and then I'll post it again later and it does amazing. And you're like, what's the difference? But algorithms are always being tweaked, right?
Right.
But you're also a huge media guy and editor and video guy. And talk to me about how did that come about in your life? Was that pre-band? Because for me, I'll say this. Yeah. I got into it because being in bands, we needed it. And I loved it through that. But how did you get into media?
Yeah, a little bit of that. I think with my career as being like a Swiss Army knife a bit was just out of necessity a lot of the times, I would say. And more because I just like things done how I envision them done. I'm like, I'll figure it out. So I just started doing that. I did go to school for acting and film acting. Went to college for that. So I think that to answer your question, that probably sparked it. But I never edited anything, and I never wanted to.
Yeah.
But I think I developed a lot of like underlying
just an understanding,
sets, right? Understanding a foundation of why things are done certain ways.
Totally.
And then when the music started coming around and we started doing music videos, we pay thousands of dollars for them, and some of them turned out great, and then other ones I'm like, I just don't like how this is turning out. Yeah. So then I started learning how to do it.
Nice.
Right. So
let's take it back to this acting though. Because what's the deal? Where did you pivot from that,
Acting this is a long story, dude. I don't know. How much time do you have?
We got plenty of time, but you can give me the shortened version too. If there is one.
I guess so. So I went to college for acting, had a lot of great opportunities within acting. And then I quickly realized when I got back home and I had all these opportunities that I just did not like the industry at all.
Oh, really?
And just felt it was like slimy, and it just didn't fit my personality as I developed over my college years.
Yeah.
But through that, when I was in my college years, I came from a pretty affluent area in Orange County, and there was so many amazing bands coming out of there. So we all ran the same circles. And during college, I'd be in these shitty student films, right? And I'd have to have songs in there. So I'd call my friends' bands or these guys I knew at the time. One of them was a band called The Jakes, who then became Young the Giant.
Whoa.
And I was like, hey, can I license your song? And they're like, yeah, whatever. Here's our manager. And going through all the paperwork was just, after a while, for these crappy student films where there's no payoff.
Yeah.
So it's like, why am I doing this? I don't need to get these cool bands so I just started writing the songs for these student films.
No way.
And that's what shaped a lot of the Brevet, to be honest, is like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. It shaped a lot of how I write and thinking about it cinematically. And
so were you involved in like music lessons though? Or how did you're just like, I'm going to try it.
I played guitar.
Okay.
And I had a guitar teacher when I was like in high school. And I always wanted to be a guitarist. And the bands I loved, I always thought I was a terrible singer because the bands I loved were all like these like Circa Survive and Seosin growing up, and like came from Orange County. So it's like this stomping ground of the emo, screamo scene.
Yeah. Which is not your voice.
Which is not my voice at all. So I was like, I suck at singing.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. So as I got to college and started writing, and I was like, all right, this is going to be terrible, but just figuring out what my voice was right then and there.
Yeah.
But I never saw myself as that.
Were you singing in the music for the films then, or was it mostly instrumental at the time?
I was singing. It was like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, it was basic. I was writing syncs.
Wow.
I was writing syncs for these student films.
And you're also playing all the instruments, recording all the instruments yourself, doing it. So it was probably a big learning experience for just all of that too.
Yeah, it was just a big sandbox to experiment. Like there's no pressure.
So how soon after college and doing student films and writing the music for that to then starting the band to starting the Brevet, how soon after that?
So it kind of came out of the same snowball effect of that. I got home. I was kind of taken under the wing of this famous acting coach, and he really took a liking to me and got me signed by a huge agency. And and I was having these conflicting feelings at the same time. Like I just did not like it. I just, I don't know why. It just felt slimy, and
your soul knows.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I want to go down this route. But at the same time, there's a lot of cool opportunity here. I see a lot of green lights. And so I had written like 3 songs out of college that I really, with my buddy Michael Jones, who's the original piano player of the Brevet.
Okay.
Didn't have a name or anything for this project yet. I just had 3 songs I really thought were cool, right? That we wrote together, and he kind of helped produce them and engineer them. And we, through a friend of a friend of a friend, like a licensing sync company, heard those 3 songs. Mind you, I'm still doing acting. I'm still like focused on that.
Okay, that's still number one.
They heard the songs and they're like, we want to sign you guys to our sync company. And I do vividly remember being like, I don't know, man. Like, what is this?
Wow.
Right? Like, is it? And that would have been the dumbest decision I ever made because I don't know why. I thought it was like, I was like, they're taking this percentage. I had no idea what
it seems like a big percentage when you first hear about it.
When you first hear it, it seems big. It's like, 30, 25, 30%.
Yeah.
Even
that's not even a lot.
I know, but that's what that was what they were going to take at the time.
Okay.
And, but I mean, that's some sync companies still, but a lot take a lot more.
Oh, that's like 50%, or now they're doing 40/60s, luckily. So that's even a little less.
Yeah. And now they want to like own pieces of the master at times.
Weird
too.
things like that.
Yeah. They try to bake anything into a deal now. But at the time, that was it. And I was questioning that, right? I was like, dude, what is this deal? We signed it. And like immediately, the first song I wrote for the Brevet was a song called Rocks Beneath the Water, which again, wrote it, didn't have the name for the band. Okay. They got it synced in a Ron Howard trailer.
Oh my god.
Like a huge movie.
Uh-huh.
Like I think it beat out One Republic because they asked for a ton of money and they're like, we'll do it for less.
And that just happened so fast?
It happened so fast and it was I was so naive or just green that I didn't realize how unique and how difficult that was.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So I had no perspective of that.
Yeah.
And looking back, it was like a good ignorant bliss. But at the same time, I would have made a lot of decisions differently, I think, in hindsight, just of how I handled things moving forward. Because I just thought it was so easy. It was like, it was just this weird.
Oh, that's all I have to do? Shit. Okay.
Yeah. It was like these. And at the time, there was a lot of money still in that.
Yeah.
Right. These were big placements.
Wow.
So that it just seemed easy. And I saw like an exit ramp from the acting world a bit, right? I was like, this is my chance. So I did that, burned a bridge with that acting coach. She's like, how dare you?
Oh no.
But
shout out to that guy right now.
Yeah, shout out to him. Great guy. But just feeling like he got me all these opportunities. And then I was like, I don't want them. Because I was conflicted. But anyways, that sparked the Brevet and sparked that.
What a crazy opportunity.
Didn't I say I was going to do that I was going to give you the short version and that was like 10 minutes.
No. So, that's great. I loved hearing about it. I didn't know this about you.
Yeah. It's
what a cool, you're right. Like just to be like so naive and just like, oh, that's what it is. And then boom, you're going down that path. But I think maybe you were given that to go down that path.
It was a really great gift at the time. And it was in hindsight, like I'm so grateful for all of those aspects because the sync world has shifted so much since then too. Yeah. But there would be like, again, like we signed with this company and the Brevet's getting started now. We're starting to ramp up. I'm like writing songs like crazy because it's so much fun. Like how enjoyable is that?
Yeah.
Right. You're just getting these big syncs and you're seeing your songs on TV and film. You're like,
and were you even like performing then at the time or you're only writing for sync really?
No, we weren't even performing. We had zero fan base.
Okay.
It's a very backwards approach from what like you hear you should do in music.
Totally. Yeah.
And we had no fan base, man. And we started developing some people that were following us from the syncs we were getting. Right. I think another one we got was like in the remake of 90210 right off the bat. Too.
Oh, okay.
And again, like not realizing like now I would love to be getting any of those syncs. Yeah. And I do still get syncs, but it's such a fight to get them now. It seems like it's just so many fish in the water. And
I was going to say, why do you think that is? You think it's just too accessible now or
I think it's too accessible. I think the value's gone down. If I'm speaking honestly, I think like everyone wants syncs. So production houses and they're able to devalue like the price point of those songs and people will do it like, we'll do it for free. And you're like, well, you just screwed everything up for everyone. All right.
Yeah.
Great. Serious. Cool, man. Like I do remember hearing like of a friend of a friend's band. They like got in a Mercedes commercial and they did it for free. And I was like,
you're like, dude, what are you
doing? I'm like, what?
No,
you just because they're never going to go back to a place where like, we're going to pay six figures.
No, that's the new normal. They're like, oh, we can get people to do this for free. We're just going to keep finding the people who do it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also though, what's even the benefit for them? Because are people even, they get to say that they had it in the commercial, but like,
it's like, if you hear exposure, as you know, in music, like this is great exposure. That's the word they use for everyone. And you're like, and maybe it could work. Like once in a million, it works like, right.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's just a perfect moment in time. And you get that song and that commercial happens to do really, really well. Yeah. And people will discover your song from that. I don't know. That's always like the golden goose that, gets dangled in front of you, or where your mind goes when you start thinking about syncs and stuff like that. Like, God,
Totally.
could this blow up my career? Could this be the one?
Yeah.
And in reality, at least from my experiences of like, we've gotten a healthy amount of syncs, and I was thinking that way, right? Like, could this be like the thing that leverages us?
Yeah.
Instead of just enjoying that moment and just being present within that moment. It's like, I've tried to be better in my life of doing that more, of being more present, because you're always thinking about like the next thing, or like how you're going to leverage that to get this thing.
Well, that's kind of what the industry is, unfortunately. It's like, it feels like a race or a competition, and like, even just with yourself, of like,
It does.
how high can you get, or how far and successful can you get? And it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it's this internal battle. And you're also dealing with outside forces. Like if you have management and other things like that, you're, you know.
And validation, you need the validation, because if you don't, you need it. If you don't have it, then you're really not kind of going
But
anywhere.
I mean, I will say, like, as many of those placements were cool.
Yeah.
Like getting the validation from someone, I still would get the same high if I like sent a friend a song that I'm working out, and they respond back with such positive accolades. It keeps me going.
That's awesome.
You know, like, oh yeah, cool. I'm gonna like, and it does inspire me the same way, if not more. I know that sounds crazy, but like,
No.
it does, because it's so funny how like quickly the sync stuff wears off and it becomes a job. Like when you get your first couple syncs, like in a big film or on a TV show, it's so cool. It's like such a euphoria, because it means your music resonated and got somewhere, and is represented in a totally different way. It could be in a scene where you're like, it's not how I wrote the song, but that's so cool how they're using it.
Yeah.
Right. And then after a while, you're just thinking about the next one and how to survive and getting paid, and like, why don't we have any more syncs? Well, and you're like calling your licensing.
And is that how you were getting paid for a long time? Was that like the big moneymaker?
Yeah, that was our bread and butter for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, was sync.
What's the talk to me then about like your solo project, California Gold? Is that a sync project originally, or is that
it kind of came out of that? Yeah, I mean, again, like, this is a great open conversation for this. Like, as I said, it becomes more and more of a job, right? And what we were experiencing was the Brevet. Like, more and more, I was pressing our licensing companies and like, why aren't we getting these syncs? Why aren't we getting X, Y, and Z? All these things. And because that was our bread and butter, that was our livelihoods. And a lot of the feedback came out of like, this is my perspective, but a lot of the feedback came of like, your vocals, Aric, are so big and in your face. Like you're getting up against these big boys syncs. Like, you're going to not be a background music.
Yeah.
Right. So you're limiting your chances of getting a sync because you're not background music.
Oh.
You're going to get like the commercial spot or like the bigger spot, but you're getting beat out by Kings of Leon or any of these big brands that have actually a name. So you're in this weird
Interesting
positioning. And mind you, I want to preface all this with like, we had a lot of success in sync, but I never wanted to be a sync band ever. Right. I didn't want to write songs that weren't real songs. Like I want to copy, like we need a copy of This Is the Best Day Ever or something. I would never do it. I just would never do those songs.
It's weird how when you get into it, there are things like that you don't even realize. Like you're saying, oh, the songs are being written with a voice like this, so you're not going to get the background music. Or like I just signed a sync deal and they didn't take one of my songs because it had like I talk about being the age 25. I say 25, I'm alive and I'm ready to go. And they were like, oh no, things with ages or numbers we can't use because it's too specific. I was like, oh, I didn't even like think.
Dude,
but then people start writing like that. Like,
I know, and it sucks. And so saying all that, leading to the California Gold thing, the Brevet was this internal battle because I never wanted to be a sync band. I wanted to be much more than just a sync band, which I think we've done. We toured and developed a fan base from, but I didn't want to write. There's always be this internal immediate knee-jerk reaction of like, no, I'm not doing that to the sync world. Like, we need you to write This Is the Best Day Ever song because that's going really, really well in sync.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nope.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to. So for me, I like compartmentalize bands or projects in like different buckets, if you will, where, you know, I obviously you still want to survive and you want to make money doing a career.
Sure.
Right. And the music world's crazy, but the Brevet, I was too precious about. I was like, yeah, I know we get syncs, but I think we can get syncs as I'm writing them. And if we don't, I'm going to take that risk.
Yeah.
But I don't want to compromise like what I'm writing about to fit the mold. Actually, I'll give you a really quick example.
Yeah.
There's a really good example of this. I don't think they're right all the time. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think these sync people, my licensing guy, he's going to hate me for saying all this, but I don't think they're right all the time. An example I would give you is there was a song of ours called Hazy Eyes, early Brevet. And I think the lyrics were like, try to be the man. It was something negative. Like, I can never be the type of person you want me to be, was the line.
Okay.
And I remember they wanted me to change that line to like, I can always be the person you want me to be, like positive.
Oh, yeah.
And I just said no. I was like, nope, I'm not going to do that. And they're like, no, you're not going to get any syncs with this song. Fast forward to like a few months later.
It's like threatening you.
Yeah. And fast forward to a few months later, and we got in the Mickey Rourke movie, the trailer song with that song. And they used that moment of the song. Oh my
gosh, yeah.
Of that specific lyric.
And you're like, see?
Well, yeah, it's I don't know. It's like, it becomes art or it becomes like a business, right? Or it becomes like just an operation.
Well,
so
good for you for sticking to what you believe in, you know?
I think the songs that are true and authentic are the ones that are going to resonate better always, right? And I think in sync, people they don't know why they can tell it, but they can tell. If you write a song like just for sync, like this is the best day ever, and it's copying someone else and you don't feel that way, maybe it'll get a few, but I think people can tell. There's an X factor to things. So I think it's like being authentic and just writing what you want to fucking write, but like what you want to write is like, should be what you do. So California Gold came out of that in a challenging way, whereas like you're getting blackballed because your songs are too big, right? In the sync world. Try to write songs like more tampered down vocals. And I was like, that's a good challenge in general. It's not going to fit the Brevet.
Sure.
But I do like love those types of songs and I want to write that way, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote this demo testing out that idea.
Okay.
Right? Of like, I think I could like, I've never really tried my voice in this way, to be honest. Like, I never like tested my voice and how it would fit in a more slow, like subdued, tampered down way. So I still thought of it as a creative project as opposed to like sync project.
Sure.
Like, how do I want to try this? If other artists are doing that, I don't think I'm good at, but let me try it. And so I wrote the song Stand Close.
Which is the best performing song on Spotify.
Right now. I sent that demo to my licensing sync guy.
Okay.
And go like, is it like, what are your thoughts, man? I just want to hear your honest feedback. And I don't hear back from him. He doesn't send me anything back. A week later, he goes, hey, you have 2 syncs. I sent that song off to a couple people and you have 2 syncs. And I was like, dude, it's a demo. It's not the real. It was just.
You sent it to him, like asking his opinion, and he didn't even bat an eye. He's just like, I'm pitching, boom.
Yeah, and it got 2 syncs.
Amazing.
And so that's the song that's on.
Is the demo?
Is the demo?
Oh my gosh!
Like, I didn't have time to like redo it. It's just a demo, and you know, like there's so many cut up guitars in there that just are like, if you saw, like, I remember there was another opportunity and they wanted just the instrumental and they're like, can we have the stems of just, and I was like, you don't want those stems of those guitars. Those are like chopped, like they're chopped up. You can hear the click in the back. Like there's, you know, it's a demo.
It's a demo. Yeah.
But there's something about it where, you know, so I had to kind of rush. It got the sync.
Now I need to go back and listen like a little bit more intently.
Yeah, it's not good.
Which we'll listen here in a second, but wow, that's
it's
incredible.
Not a polished song by any means, man. It's like, there might be like chair squeaks in that song of me like sitting down and like doing the vocals and like my chairs again.
But maybe that's something that made it feel just more intimate, and because you were kind of going for that anyways, right? That softer, maybe intimate
raw,
kind of,
like a little more like loose and rough. I think it's actually kind of a harder thing to recapture again when you are thinking about now making it in a produced, polished, super polished way.
And so are you making like all of your California Gold songs like that now? Or was that just kind of like, well, it is what it is, and now you kind of...
Yeah, I go back and forth. Like there's, I will do songs like that, and I'm really excited about some of the songs I've written recently that are more that, you know? And then there's more polished, produced songs, but... I try to do that. I try to recapture that, and it's hard to be honest, it's hard to do.
That's funny though. What a funny story.
Yeah.
Quick pause here. If you're an artist who's listening to this and thinking about how to get your music in front of more people, let me talk to you about Discover. Discover is a platform built to help independent artists get their music onto mainstream radio. It's a real opportunity to move beyond just socials and playlists and put your songs in a space where people are actively listening. If you're serious about growing your audience and seeing where your music can go, take a look at discoverradio.com. That's Discover without the E. All right, let's get back into the conversation. I do want to get into like what's this new era, because you're kind of getting into this new era of Aric, and we were talking a bit before the podcast about how you're getting more into this new position as a CMO, and how is that, like, where's your music at right now, man? And maybe talk to me about, as an artist, the push and pull of needing to make money versus using music as a creative outlet, and how are you navigating that now?
It's a great question. It's been a really cool season for me, I will say. Like a really challenging season of pulling back on touring with the Brevet. Mm-hmm. We just had our first baby, my wife and I. So I wanted to be there for this entire year, raising my son, wanted to not miss any of these moments. That was the real caveat and real catalyst for me to go, I want to pull back on touring.
Yeah.
And so in lieu of that, a couple opportunities came up where I got offered a position to do marketing.
Yeah.
And I actually believe this, dude. Like, as musicians, whether we realize it or not, we're the best marketers in the world.
Yeah.
How many songs?
You have to.
How many songs come out a day now?
Yeah.
Like hundreds
of thousands, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, you have to imagine, and we're not even selling a physical product. We're selling like an emotion. Like, hey, I wrote this song when I broke up with my girlfriend. I hope you relate.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So we're constantly thinking all the time, due to like social media and stuff, of how to market ourselves.
Yeah.
Of like how to grab attention. How can I have you relate to this emotion? Mm-hmm. And now the position that I've got lucky enough to be in, it's like turning that on, but now physical products. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
physical products. I'm like, we were selling emotions before, like nothing tangible.
Yeah.
Nothing's tangible. You're just to help you relate to my music.
Yeah.
And so it's been really fun. And I say that because in this season that I'm in right now, I've just been able to write music that I want to write,
Very cool.
Without the fear of like needing it to make money. I know it's a very unique position for a lot of like artists right now, and that's difficult. But it's a very freeing spot, and to just be able to write music for me, not for anyone else. That's kind of my mindset right now. It's like, I'm just writing,
just making it
for me, man. Like,
it's awesome.
And then I'm not, honestly, like I have so many songs for California Gold right now that I have not put out, and for the Brevet, and I just don't feel the need to. Right? Like, I don't even want to have a marketing I just want to put them out. It's like, oh, if you like them, you like them. I know that's the stupidest way of doing it now, but but the intent is they're just for me first. And then if someone resonates with them, that's awesome. That's like the extra bonus. So I'm in this weird season, and I do feel like because of that, California Gold specifically was like very more personal, stripped down, raw, intent songs. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm writing the best music that's like the most honest for me right now in this season, that I'm like not focusing on trying to succeed in my music. It's just like for me, and I think it'll probably succeed more if I do all the marketing.
Well, I was going to ask about like, not because you're not chasing the success, does that even resonate in your mind anymore, of like wanting to be a successful musician, whatever that means, versus this new life that you're kind of embarking on? And do you feel any like, because I know as an artist, I get this way a lot, where you have to have a job to pay the bills, but you want to be a successful artist. And then when you give up a little bit of art to be able to pay the bills, you end up thinking like I'm always like, am I giving up a piece of me? Like, could I?
Sure.
And there's this emotional
there's
pull.
definitely that fear for me. And it's like a different, I'm just looking at them like seasons, but I don't think I'm giving up anything. I think I'm just in this weird season right now where it's kind of like a wonderful, I'll say this, I think if I market the songs well enough, it could do fine. They can do really well. If I want them to do well, I think they have the opportunity to do well.
Yeah.
I don't know, because we're just shooting in the dark with music. We have no idea what's going to resonate with people.
Yeah.
But I'm much more proud of them. And I have like a much more freeing like thought, because I'm not worried about numbers. I'm not worried about how well they stream and how it appears to my peers, right? It's just like it's a much more freeing spot. And I think that's really that's incredibly hard to do when you're trying to make money and succeed at your career. But I've noticed that with my dad, my dad's an artist and he's a painter.
Oh, cool.
And I'm trying to take more of his mindset with it, but he's 75 now. And my dad's been a successful artist for a long time. It's been really cool growing up with him and watching that and watching his frustrations as a painter, and as well as his accolades, right?
Yeah.
But in his current season, he's kind of, if you will, retired from like professional art.
Okay.
And he's just like, him and my mom are going on all these trips now, and he has these books that he just does paintings in all the time, because he's never going to let that go, right? His passion is
an artist is an artist forever, right?
Right. And I'm noticing, I'm looking at these books, I'm like, this is your best work ever. And he's like, no, these are just for me, Aric. Like, they're in the middle of the book. Like, he's not going to sell these. It's like the whole page,
Wow.
And I'm like, Dad, like, you gotta do something with it. My marketing mind starts going on.
Yeah.
No,
You're like, no, I promise these are your best stuff.
This is your best stuff. You got to promote this. This is amazing.
Wow.
He's like, nah, these are just for me. And like, him just saying that flipped the switch, because he's so much more at peace now with his art. And he's also way more fulfilled like than ever.
That's awesome.
And it's just an interesting, I say all that without like really landing on an answer to any of this, but it's like, there's something to that. There's something to like, I know it's hard to do, but I think if we can calibrate ourselves to like live more in, this is fulfilling me, and all the other stuff is not the actual arrival. That was the arrival.
Yeah.
As a creative, I've already arrived. I've fulfilled all that stuff I wanted to do. And then putting it out, it's like, just let it,
That's
hopefully
cool.
it succeeds, you know, but I think you're going to have such a higher level of gratitude if it does succeed, because you wrote it for yourself first. Right?
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to like feed the meter of the music world.
I feel like this comes from age and just experience too, man. Just the older you get, and just you've ran the race for so long.
It comes from me regretting, like looking at my career, like there's been a lot of wonderful moments and a lot of big moments for the Brevet that we've been able to do on our own. Like, we never had a label. So I take a lot of pride in that. And, but I was rarely present through any of it. And that bothers me still. It really bothers me that I like, we get a big festival.
Yeah.
And there's like, you have like a day, when the festival's announcing your names, all their festival and stuff, you have like one day that you're like stoked.
Yeah.
And then it goes away. And like, you're thinking about all the other shit. Right. And all the negative, like, why didn't this song do well, or whatever it is. And it's just, I was never able to like live and breathe in those moments for longer than a few seconds. Even when you're on stage, you're like, thinking about the next thing or whatever it is. And if I had to do it over, I would not take myself so serious, and I would just try to enjoy the moment, whether I fuck up on stage or like, whatever it is. Like, I would just try to be more present and be like, this is amazing that I get to do this.
Yeah.
In general,
No one gets to do it.
no one gets to do it. So like, why am I taking it so serious and like I don't know.
No, that's cool, man.
I don't know if that made any sense.
No, it does make sense. I mean, I think we do that to ourselves as artists just in general. And like, you're in this like, especially touring in particular, because that is the motion of touring is every day leads into the next, and you're always concerned about where am I going to get to? What am I doing? What is the next thing? So you could maybe one of those
How's
festivals.
my voice?
How's my voice? Yeah. Like how did the show go last night? How am I going to
How are
improve
the tickets
tonight?
selling in X, Y, and Z?
Yeah. It's constant go, which is the fun part of it, but also, a little bit, it does keep you out of like each individual moment.
Yeah. I don't feel like you're there. Like, you're like kind of living above it or something. And you're not like, just it. And in my experiences with a couple artists, Rob Thomas being one of them. There's been a few artists that I've met along the way that I really aspire to and admire. And the ones that I've noticed like that are still in it and are like just amazing human beings are the ones that like, they're all present. They're so present. And I don't know how they get there because I can't do it. But
is that all, Rob? And we'll talk about your song with Rob too.
Yeah.
But do you know, do you keep in touch with him? And is that all he does? Is he's just music full time still?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We keep in touch. We text and I send songs to him, like demos that I'm working on, and get his advice back. And,
Oh, cool.
and he's so, again, talking about presence, like Rob has nothing to gain from me. You know what I mean? I have nothing to offer Rob Thomas.
Yeah.
Yet he still gives me the time of day and like responds and is so present with me. And it's just a unique trait that I think some people have is their personality. You know, I have a couple of buddies that are always like, oh man, I'm so busy. Sorry, I didn't text you back. And I'm like, Rob Thomas is playing Madison Square Garden and text me back.
Yeah.
Like we can make time for people.
Yeah.
And it's wild that this guy's at that level and is still willing to respond to some kid that he is.
Wow.
He doesn't gain anything from.
Well, he must see something in you and respect you.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like in the music and business and world, it's like we're always trying to climb the ladder. And I think the guys that succeed are the ones that are like that, like Rob, like that are just genuine human beings.
That's awesome.
Interesting perspective.
How did you guys get connected?
Okay. You want to hear this?
I do.
We got
I don't know
connected. We got connected through social media through that demo, Stand Close.
Dude, this friggin' demo that was not supposed to do anything for you.
No. Through California Gold.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So not through the Brevet, through California Gold. And it's an interesting story. Like I was on social media. I just put that California Gold song out maybe a few months before that.
Okay.
And, you know, it got a sync. So I was like, I don't know if anyone's going to hear this. And it was doing fine because of that sync. It actually did pretty well. And all of a sudden I check my Instagram and it's like requests. And it's like Rob Thomas mentioned you in a post.
Wow.
And I was like, Rob Thomas, like Matchbox 20 Rob Thomas?
Yeah, like the Rob
like
Thomas?
the Rob Thomas? And so I go to check the post and it's expired. It had already been 24 hours.
Oh. Okay.
Like I didn't.
It was a story.
It was a story.
Okay.
And I was like, what did he say? It mentioned Aric.
Yeah.
Like, what did he say?
Huh.
So I assumed it was probably about the Brevet. That was my mindset. It was like, this got to be about the Brevet. So I was like going back and forth, like, what do I do? So I messaged him back and I was like, hey man, I missed the post. I didn't see it. What did you post?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh dude, I found your song and I put it as song of the day on my social media.
Oh.
And I was like, awesome. And then I'm like, do I ask which song?
Yeah.
And so like, hey, which song?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, this song Stand Close. And I'm like, California Gold, like the fake.
You weren't expecting that at all. Yeah.
No, I'm like, what? So at that same time, I had just signed with a publishing deal and I sent them a screenshot. And they're like, no way. Well, we know Rob's manager or something like that. And so at the same time they're doing, I was like, hey, would you ever want to write? I just asked him. I shot my shot.
Nice. Yeah.
And he's like, absolutely.
Wow.
And then through the publishing deal and whatnot, they were able to set up the right
amazing
with his management and like kind of seal the deal.
Okay.
And then, yeah, man.
That's kind of a blessing then, just the publishing aspect to that.
Yeah.
And the
although
connection.
now meeting him a few times, I think he would have done it anyways. I think he's just that type of person.
Yeah.
He's just genuine and like a real authentic human being. It's
so
rare.
then when you guys wrote though, you wrote for the Brevet though.
Well, we didn't plan that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We just kind of.
I was going to ask, was there intention behind like, hey, actually, let's do something for this band or?
What's really interesting is I think he had the intention of writing for California Gold.
Sure.
And it was my strategic intention to write for the Brevet because I thought the Brevet had more opportunity.
Okay.
So I wanted to really push it there. But I had a chorus because I wasn't going to go in unprepared to a writing session with Rob Thomas because I don't know how good of a writer I am on the spot. Like, who knows? I don't know. And I was like, I got to be prepared for this one. So I had like this kind of cool chorus idea, which was the safe chorus in the back of my head. And what was really interesting is I was like, I got this idea. He's like, well, play it for me. So I play it and he's like, dude, that's so weird. And he's like, I was thinking of ideas for you into the session and I have like these verse ideas. And it was in the same key.
No.
Yeah.
Same key, same tempo, same vibe? Or you kind of manipulated it a little?
Manipulate it, but I mean,
still.
yeah. So I was like, dude, this is amazing. And just watching him work, he's like so fast and so good. And like I never met him before the session, right? So it's just like, here's Rob Thomas.
Okay.
And that can be like intimidating for sure, especially when you recognize his voice and he's such like a unique voice. And then he starts singing the song you're playing and you're like, that's Rob Thomas.
You're like, holy shit. Yeah.
So we finished the session and he's like, I'm just going to record like a demo thing of it and then send it to you and you do your thing.
Okay.
And I was like, cool. And then like literally probably 30 minutes after our session's done, I'm like down in my kitchen talking to my wife. I'm like, this is crazy because we had to do a remote one. This is during COVID.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, that was crazy. And I get this ding and it's like, here's the song. And it's Rob like with a fully fleshed out acoustic version of Safe singing the whole song.
Wow.
And it was just like why I'm like, and I heard it and I remember responding back to him. I'm like, dude, I think this is your song. Like, this is not.
Of course, because you hear his voice. I hear his voice. Good.
It was like, this is done. This is a done song.
Yeah.
This is Rob Thomas singing it. And I'm like, you should sing this song. And then he responds to like, no, man, you got to sing this song.
Oh, wow.
I love your voice. You need to sing it. So he responds and I'm like, okay, Rob.
Yeah.
I'll sing it.
Yeah.
So went back and forth, like sending a demo back to him and then getting his feedback. And we kind of just like, did it for like that way, like back and forth, like kind of this piecemealed.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Like getting his thoughts. And then I was like, let me do a Brevet version of this. Right. And then, so that's what I kind of sent him of where that evolved to, which is what the Brevet song was.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
What a crazy story.
It was cool. It was really, really a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also that happened during COVID though, because that just makes everything harder. But the fact that he was still so invested and you were too is like just a testament.
Dude, it was awesome.
It's
it
really
was
cool.
awesome. Really, really, really cool experience.
Wow. What's next then? I know you're kind of in this in-between phase, but what's next musically for you with the Brevet and with California Gold?
I have a bunch of Brevet songs that I want to release this year that I haven't put out that didn't fit our albums. You read a lot of songs in a lot of different directions. And I really wanted Wanderers, that last album we put out, to be like very cohesive. But there was a few outliers on that I just didn't feel fit either lyrically or tonally. And I really want to put those out this year. Yeah. And then there's some other ones that I'm really excited about that we've recorded since that I'm really excited about that we've worked with Randall on. And so I'll be putting those out. California Gold, I have this, I'm getting kind of fired up with it. And I just want to put out all the songs I have this year. Yeah. So I think that's like 15 to 18 songs.
I was going to ask how many. That's a lot.
For California Gold that are done and that I'm like ready to go. And as I'm putting those out, I'll be writing more. So I kind of just want to challenge myself to put out as many songs as possible this year.
Cool.
And then musically, I have a bunch of other buckets that I've been writing for.
Oh, really?
So different side projects as well.
Okay.
That I'm really excited about that are totally different than the Brevet or California Gold.
And these are all like sync or just fun or what is it?
Yeah, I have one that's like a fun sync-ish project called Dreamsicle.
Okay.
That another girl, her name's Malin. She's an artist, really talented artist that she sings on it. And I just produce and do the guitars.
Oh, cool.
It's like surf pop, indie pop stuff. And it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. And then I have this project with Brandon Saylor from Atreyu, the singer of Atreyu.
Oh, yeah.
Him and I have this like really dirty, trashy British rock type project that we have about 7 songs right now. Okay. We'll go in, we'll have a session just for fun, not think about it, record. That's the done song.
And that's it.
We don't look back.
I love that. Yeah.
The lyrics are what they are.
Yeah.
We don't overthink it. That's the song. So we've been doing that for the last year.
Okay.
Just in the background, just for fun. And it's been the best release because I grew up in Orange County. Atreyu's from Orange County. They're like hometown heroes. So it's been, and all that type of music was huge there and really influenced me as I grew up. So to be able to kind of like interject that back into what I...
Did you meet in Orange County then or how'd you...
Yeah, we did. Dan, their guitarist of Atreyu, became a good friend of mine back out in Orange County. He was actually doing he owns his own merch company, did all the Brevet's merch.
Oh, cool.
And we got connected through that, started showing up to their shows and
Gotcha.
met Brandon through there. Like I think once or twice. And then he decided to move out to Tennessee. Dan got me connected with him and
Gotcha.
became great friends.
Dang,
yeah.
dude.
Great guys.
Small world too, man. What a small world.
Yeah. They're such good guys. That band is like awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome. And I feel like they're getting better, dude. I don't know if you've heard of Atreyu recently, but
I haven't heard any recent stuff. No, I need to
go
look it up.
listen to Atreyu right now. They are just crushing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that genre is having a resurgence right now, like massive.
Yeah. And maybe I'm biased right now because of Dan and Brandon, but
Yeah.
the stuff they're putting out in that world, in that genre,
Yeah.
I feel like is like cream of the crop. It's like the best.
Nice. Well, I'd be interested to hear what you're writing with him too, and if it's in that vein.
It's called, well, yeah. I mean, it's like, it's not screaming, but it's just unrefined, like just distorted rock, garage rock,
Yeah.
right? It's like trashy and,
Heck yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we don't think about it at all. And it's so much fun, dude.
I think it's funny. Since being in Nashville,
Yeah.
this, like what you're describing about like having these different pockets and
Yep.
different kind of projects and just, that's so normal here.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love how everyone has their, like I had even a buddy over a couple weeks ago, and he was talking to me about how, he has different projects for sync and all these different titles.
Sure.
And he's like,
Yep.
yeah, if it feels like this, I do this and this. And I was like, wait a minute, you're allowed to have that many? You're allowed to have just like these aliases? Like,
They've really helped me be more creative, if that makes sense. Like, I think when, like, having names for these projects and having them, I call them buckets, right? But they're in all individual buckets, and there's like certain parameters within that. When you're always just like, there's no buckets and your creative mind can go anywhere. It's, for me, harder to be creative.
yeah,
As opposed to if I have a few guardrails, I can get really creative within those guardrails,
totally.
right?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yep.
Like going into writing a song. Like if I know I'm writing for
Yeah.
Young Squire, which is that's our project's name,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be creative in a totally different way, but it helps me compartmentalize it, as opposed to if I just didn't know what this was gonna sound like and I didn't know it at all, I could just wander for hours
Yeah.
doing
How about
bullshit.
this? As a marketer, do you feel the same way when you're marketing? Like if
Yeah.
you need to have those
100%.
constraints?
Yeah, if you put constraints on, you can get really creative within those constraints from a business standpoint,
Yeah.
right? But if you don't have them, you're going to have, my team is like 10 people, 11 people, all wandering in they're all rowing in different directions,
Totally.
right? But if you have, this is our brand, this is our identity, this is what we are, this is our band,
Yep. Yeah.
right?
Totally.
You're like, how far can we go with this band, right?
Yeah, I love it. One question that came up when I was talking with my team about just the podcast and about Fader and this new platform that they're on is they're curious about artists and how they're promoting themselves and marketing themselves. And what's a way that what's one of your craziest, do you have any crazy stories about how you've marketed the Brevet, or what are some unique ways that you guys have marketed yourselves?
I don't know if I have any crazy stories off the top of my head.
Like I got one that's not crazy, but I used to play in this band called Red Fox Run that ended up turning into Wilderness. And every year at this festival called UMS, we would always go out and we would have Otter Pops, the popsicles.
Yeah.
And we would stand on the sidewalk and we would staple show flyers to people to come see our show at the festival. And that was like our thing, our marketing thing.
I love it.
But yeah.
We never did anything crazy like that, I will say. As much as I would love to, I think I took the Brevet too serious. So I think that's my regret with the Brevet.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it was overly polished, right?
Yeah.
I was looking into like more data. Like I would look into who our fan base was, right? We like oddly through some of the successes that we had on Spotify early on.
Yeah.
We had a lot of listeners. So then you could like really identify and kind of narrow it down to who is listening.
Did that define a lot of your touring then, or?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So it actually made calculated more business decisions, I think, that way. Like, for an example of that would be, I identified early on, I was looking at all the playlists we would be on, and we'd always be on like ultra marathon playlists and like hiking playlists for people. Like they would like label it hiking.
I did
ultra
notice the
marathon.
hiking stuff. Actually, I have noticed that.
Dude, all the time. And it's like, you don't pick your fans, but like, that's what they're resonating with. I think it's a larger than life, expansive sound. So it's like, how can you lean into that from a marketing angle, right? How do we lean into that? How do we attract, obviously that's resonating with them.
Is that what's inspired your album covers too? Because a lot of that is very like outdoorsy Western.
That's a great question. Not really. Those are actually my dad's paintings. Like on the
No way.
My dad's painting is the Wanderers.
Oh, amazing.
Album. Yeah. And I had him do an individual one for each of our singles coming out that we did.
How special too.
It was really cool. I have that painting in my studio at home.
Very cool.
The real one. But
cool.
That one with the cow, I've just always loved. I mean, it is me too. Like I do love outdoors and wilderness and whatnot and expansiveness, I guess, right? But it was just an interesting, I guess, going back to the marketing question, it was just a really interesting analytic that I guess measurable that I picked up was like ultra marathon runners.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have guessed that, but it gave me a lot of insight into the psyche of who I'm going after and how do I resonate with the content that I'm putting out with them, right? On social media.
And how have you? Has that influenced any of your videos or anything?
For
or music
sure. Like
videos?
On tour is like, this is easy. Let's just go out in the wilderness and film some stuff of us playing like that. I know a lot of bands are doing, but ours is like kind of more intentional at the time for this audience, right?
Yeah.
It's like very calculated to that audience.
Have you ever played any marathons? Played any ultra marathons? Any of those? You know how sometimes they have stages?
I should have run an ultra marathon while playing a set. That's what that would have been the marketing play right there.
There you go. Yeah.
That would have been, I would have died.
Yeah.
But I should have done that. Right.
I don't know. The guys have done it in Crocs. You could do it.
I saw, we toured with an artist called Brother Bird, and their drummer is also the drummer of a band called Arts Fishing Club.
Okay.
They're a Nashville band here.
Okay.
And they did a marketing stunt, which I thought was genius. They brought a guy up on stage with them for like they're at a festival.
Yeah.
And I saw it on social media.
Is this the Glizzies?
Yes.
Oh, I saw
Or
it too.
he's sending out I was like, dude, that's rad.
Amazing.
I was like, that's really, really great. So
Yeah.
I can't that's not us. That wasn't the Brevet, but I was like, this is amazing. This is good.
And
for
I
them.
actually saw them do it at the Underdog too.
Did they do it again? They just been doing it all the time?
I don't know if it's an all the time thing, but I saw the festival and then I saw another video like a week after that, and they were
I
at
would
the
find
Underdog.
key shows and like
Yeah.
you bring out that guy.
That was pretty freaking smart. Yeah, that was awesome.
I love, again, like why I think musicians are the best marketers. It's like,
Yeah.
that's such a disruptive thing,
Yeah.
an odd thing to do. But
It's funny though that's hard. It's like as simple as that was and as silly and fun, but like to actually execute that and think of that and do it.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
It's
like,
tough.
That's like a great marketer right there.
Yeah.
He knows how to draw attention to his band in a totally different way. And they're not selling their music at that point. But then you're like, I want to know more about this band.
Totally. Yeah,
right?
Totally.
It's such a great entry point to an artist too.
Oh, totally, man. Well, and that's like really all it is these days. It's finding entry points. Like the music isn't the entry point anymore.
No, everyone's sick of being sold something. It's like, stop it. The second you start promoting your music, people are like, no.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre, man. It's a weird time to be in music.
It's really tough. It's really tough. But
Yeah.
dude, thank you so much, Aric, for joining me and for doing the pod. And it's great catching up with you, man.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.